Hey guys, Target here. We're back with more Be a GM. As I said before, we were actually going to take a look at the stats through to the beginning of December here to see exactly where our players stand in terms of performance. Because so far we're 14-14. We're totally 500. We haven't lost a game in overtime yet, which is completely different from last year. So let's take a look at who's producing and who's not producing. So Getzlaf is producing. That's what you want from a first-line center, is a ton of assists and a ton of points. And Bobby Ryan and Corey Perry are both underproducing. I expect a point per game from my top line. I expect a point per game, and I expect about, 0.75 to 0.8 points per game from my second line, which Zajac is producing. Chloe he's a little bit off. He's more down towards 0.65 per game. And Iginla is down below he's at like 0.45, 0.4. So he's really not producing as a second line forward. So that's where we're seeing, I think, some of our losses right now is due to our player production. I mean, if you take a look at the plus and the minus, sort of the other way, we really don't have a lot of players that are below 500. Are in the minus for plus minus. Zajac is one of them. So our second line appears to be weak. Chloe and Zajac are both in the minus. So I don't really understand why. Oh, we'll take a quick look at the team stats here before we proceed. Whoops. What the heck? Oh, playoff. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, so we are currently in 20th in the NHL. We're not doing great at all. Let's see here. Goals for per game. We're in 9th. So we're producing, which is odd because we shouldn't be. Goals against, we're in 13th. Okay. Power play. Let's look at power play percentage. We're in 6th. That's awesome. Short penalty kill, we're in 16th, so we're just around the even mark on that one. So why are we so low? All our numbers are in the top half of the league. We should be in at least 15th. We should be in at least 15th with our numbers if you're in the top half, right? But we're in 20th. Where are we here? Oops. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so we're like 2 points out of a playoff spot. So really, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Pardon me. But it could be better. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything right now. And just so you guys know, I'm not completely ignoring all of your trade requests as we go through. What I do is I record a chunk of content in a row and then upload it periodically when I get a chance. Because otherwise I'd be on this game every day trying to record that. So what I do is, I'll record a chunk and then I'll upload all that stuff. So all that stuff that I uploaded for Be a GM was done within a day, 2 days. So now I haven't been ignoring, like I said. I have taken a look at your comments. Some of them, and a lot of them, are towards Phil Kessel, a couple of other Toronto Maple Leaf players as well. I don't really have the list on me right now. A lot of people suggest moving Bobby Ryan or Corey Perry and see if I can pick somebody up. So I will take a peek at it here. There's also Jake Gardiner was another one. So there's been a lot of Toronto Maple Leaf players. Maybe we just got a lot of Toronto Maple Leaf fans out there. But I'll take a peek and see if they're even willing to trade these players. If they aren't willing to trade these players with me, then I'm not even going to dive into it, guys. I'm not willing to give up those kind of players. So let's see what they're interested in giving away. So see what I mean? They're interested in giving away Keith a coin. Keith a coin. I'm not really interested in picking him up. I don't need a defenseman like that. Where are we here? I'm not interested in Keith a coin. I do not need him. So if I take a look at their trade value, and you guys want me to get Jake Gardiner, one of you guys do, I don't see him being somebody that we could actually feasibly pick up. In terms of what I'd have to give up, we're not at that point right now. And Phil Kessel, I mean, we could get rid of Phil Kessel, or we could pick up Phil Kessel. But, I mean, if you take a look, okay, so let's see, just his shooting, because basically one of the guys that suggested was that we pick up Phil Kessel in exchange for basically Corey Perry because of his shooting attributes. So we've got 88, 90, 90, 89. Okay, so now let's take a look at Corey Perry. Where are we? Let's take a look at Corey Perry. He's all 90s. Corey Perry is a superior shooter to Phil Kessel. So let's put that baby to bed right now. We have the better forward in Corey Perry. And not only is he a better shooter, he's also a two-way forward. His defensive attributes are through the roof compared to Phil Kessel. Okay. Now, the one thing that Phil Kessel may have is deking. So just for speeding this up, not Getzlaff. Just to speed this thing up so I can take a look, let's put Phil Kessel on the block and Corey Perry so I can just kind of jump between the two. See, his deking is 3 points higher, okay? But his shooting is lower. His defensive awareness, I believe, is lower as well. What's Corey Perry's? Yeah, he's 5 points higher. He's even got, good hitting, too. Corey Perry is a better player to Phil Kessel. The overall speaks to it. The individual attributes speak to it. I'm not willing to get rid of Corey Perry. Now, having said that, Bobby Ryan is a completely different story. Let's take a look at Bobby Ryan. He's in roughly the same boat as Phil Kessel. They are very comparable players. Okay? But Bobby Ryan is a 4.5 gold star forward. If I take a look at Phil Kessel is a 4.5 red star forward. So his ability to hit his full potential is not completely as accurate as Bobby Ryan. So I don't want to move my top line right now. I don't really want to make any changes, and I'm not interested in picking up Jake Gardiner just because they're not interested in selling him. Would I want to trade for Jake Gardiner? Absolutely. Gardner's a great player, and his attributes and overall reflect that in this game. Now, I don't think we necessarily need a top 2 defenseman, though. We have Spiza, who will become a solid player, and we have Cam Fowler, who is an 84 overall now this year. So we're not really missing, per se, on a top pairing defenseman, okay? So let's sim through December. Let's see how we do through December. And if we do well, then I'm just going to keep going with this. If not, we might need to make some changes. And I think those changes may just come from within. Just making some line changes, not so much making some trades. But we'll take a peek here. And let me just make sure that my scouting is set. I cannot remember if I set that or not. Scout assignment. So yeah, he's going right now. Just advance, get through that. Okay. And let's keep going with that. Let me just make sure I have no more points to put in to my GM tracker here. Got 140, and I'm not spending anything on medical. There's no point when you have all the injuries turned off. So let's go right through till January 1st, and let's see how we do. Hopefully we can put ourselves back into the black. We're barely teetering on it right now. Oh, he's been waiting a few days. It says he's got 1 week, 3 days left. Okay. First off, let's take a look at who's got good potentials. We got Sam Reinhart. We know Sam Reinhart will probably be a top player. Let's scout here. I mean, this is not going to be a 5-star player by any means. Sam Reinhart is slotted to be one of the top rated players for the 2014 draft. So I know that already, that they probably already boosted him out. There's a win. That's good. Now, remember, Kiprusoff is getting older, so his consistency is going to drop. There you go. He drops one there. But he's just holding out for Gibson. We know that Gibson will be ready next season. Hopefully next season. If not, there we lost one in OT. If not, then we'll hold on to Kipper for one more. So, you know what? I know we were buyers last season. But unfortunately, the way that this one's gone, as we're waiting for some of our younger players to catch up, we may be sellers. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be a backtracking team. But the fact of the matter is, because of where Anaheim is, they're in a funky spot. They only have a couple of solid players that we'll be able to rebuild with. in 5 years, you can establish some good players. But I didn't want to rebuild them completely because the Ducks actually had a solid first line. So there really was no need to rebuild with elite stars. What we were looking for were lines 2, 3, and 4. So basically for me, I think that the most important part is getting lines 2 and maybe lines 3. Line 4 you can pick up in free agency all the time. If you extend for a second line player or a first line player in free agency, you pay an arm and a leg. And really, you don't want to do that. That's where you develop from within. And I think that we have the players in place already to establish a second line forward system. Oh. Without overextending on our cap. So, look at Sam Reinhart, 4.5-star player. And if we sell this year, we could pick him up. Ernie's still like 5 stars. Let's go another month there. Oh wait, no, it was the US where we were before. And, you know, I think we have the players in place, and I don't think that we really need to make any major moves. So, but we'll keep an eye on it. I will keep an eye on it. So, let's talk lockout, though, while we're simming here. Disappointed, to say the least. The most recent announcement was that basically looks like we're going to be canceling the season. That's the way it feels. Oh, let's take a look at our stats here. So we finished 22-8 and 18-1. So we finished with an extra 7 wins and 3 losses. So we went 7-3-1 in December. Let's take a look at where we are. So we're in a playoff spot now by only a point, though. So beating Phoenix, Edmonton, and Detroit is going to be crucial in the upcoming games whenever those might take place. See if we're up here in any of our stats. We're not. Taylor Hall is in the lead for goals. I have to give him props considering I'm from Edmonton, so it's important. Getzlaf is up there in assists, though, second, so that's good. He may be up there in points, and he is. He's tied for first. That's good. So really, we're getting our production from our first line. That's what I'm looking for. No. We're not up there. That's okay. We knew we probably wouldn't be. Okay, let's take a quick look at player stats. Or, sorry, team stats. And then we'll do player stats. Did it different last time. So we're in 16th now. We've gone up 4 spots. In terms of goals for per game, we're in 6th. That's good. I think we were in 9th before. And goals against per game, we're in 15th. So I think we dropped. I can't remember that number exactly. I think we were in 13th before. Power play, we're in 9th. I think that's still the same. That might have been 13th as well. And penalty kill, we're in 14th. So we're up 2 on that one for sure. So our numbers are going up so that we had a much better season, or a much better month. Let's take a quick look at our players now and see how they're performing. We know that Getzlaf is tied for first in the league with points. What is going on with Brian Allen? He's got 2 points. Ugh, disgusts me. Even Surrey's got more points than him. Why does he keep doing that? Okay, so Getzlaf is producing at more than a point per game. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Corey Perry's just about there. Bobby Ryan's just about there. So those guys have improved their play. Did Zajac improve his plus-minus? He is. He's in the plus now, and so is Chloe. So they went from -4, -3 up to +1, +2. So they're doing much better, and I like that. And Iginla is still below 50.5 per game. Zajac's above. Chloe's a little bit below, or sorry, a little bit above 50 as well. So looks like we're doing pretty good on that front for now. I forgot to check goalies last time, so let me just do that now. You got 2.59 as goals against average. His save percentage is 91.61. There's our problem, our goaltending. Kiprasov is not up to the challenge right now. It looks like 91.61 is not an elite goalie. It's not an elite goalie. So I'm not going to be making a deal for a goalie. Trust me, it's not worth it. But anyway, we will do the next month come the next video, guys. Thanks for watching again. Keep tuning in because I'm going to keep coming out with more great content. Until now, until next time, I'll check you guys out on the